Hi, I'm Bruce the Builder. It's Sunday. I was just getting ready to go to my meeting, and my cousin had asked me about how I make my power drink. I call it Power Vomit. I run a framing company, and so for years and years, that's how I've kept in shape because it's an extremely difficult job. Years ago, I went to the University of Lethbridge and did a fitness instructor course and nutrition course, and I got 100% on it. So I've always used that to keep myself in shape for framing. So anyways, I'll walk you through the Power Vomit, which is a Power's Vomit drink. I think I should copyright that actually. That's copyrighted by Bruce the Builder. Okay, anyway, so here is the Power Vomit drink. Okay, so I start off with extra virgin olive oil. If you using it, I put about a tablespoon in. Use the stuff that's extra virgin cold pressed in a bottle that's darker green so it doesn't oxidize. Next I add flax oil, pardon me. Flax oil, as soon as you open it, you have to refrigerate it. It's extremely good for you. It's an antioxidant. And I'll tell you something interesting that happened. A few years ago I started getting degenerative arthritis in my shoulders because of framing in extreme colds like minus 25, minus 35, always up in the air, always holding guns and stuff. And my shoulders were so bad, the doctor said, well, you're going to have to end up having an operation or something. I went to a healthcare professional. She ran a health food store in the shoe swap. And she said, no, she said, you try lubricating with oils. And the difference is phenomenal. This is grapeseed oil. So I use olive oil, flax oil, and grapeseed oil. And put those in. And those give you a good opportunity for lubricating your joints, as well as they help you against other problems. The next thing I do is I take a little bit of yogurt, and you can use Greek yogurt, whatever has a really good culture, because obviously I think it's very good for you. I try to put some of the liquid stuff at the bottom, because you're going to see why later on. Okay, then as I move along, for grains, I use a Power Grain cereal, but I actually don't cook it. It's got oats, millet, flax, sunflower seed, and it's not crushed. It's just straight out of the plant. So you can see it looks like you're eating a bunch of birdseed. That's exactly what it looks like, birdseed. You see it? So I just throw it in there. It goes through you kind of like sandpaper or sand. It goes through you like crazy. So it's good for you, obviously, for fiber and stuff. Now the other thing is I add whey or soy protein powder. Sometimes you got to be careful. If you use whey, you notice if you ever get whey, after you've used, say, a cup of whey or whatever mixed in with something, and you've used it after, you see that it sticks to the sides of your cup like crazy. If it sticks to the sides of your cup, you're guessing it's going to stick to the sides of your intestines. And that can create problems. I think it can cause some problems for plugging you up and stuff. So you got to be very, very careful. If you got to use it with lots of fiber and use it carefully. Some people use soy protein, but I'll tell you the truth for guys about soy protein. Soy protein creates bitch tits. It's like those little pointy boobs, not the attractive ones. So you look like you have pyramids on your chest, and that's not super hot. And so that's because it's building up your estrogen levels. So that's not exactly the positive thing for most guys. So avoiding soy protein, I think, is a good thing. So once I have that in, I'm going to want to add a little bit of water or something to it because it's not going to mix properly at the bottom. You can add water or milk, whatever you want. Now I start with my fruits. I add bananas, raspberries, strawberries. I just throw the whole thing in with the leaves and everything. Who cares? Because you're not going to notice the difference. You can throw toilet paper in here and sawdust and cardboard boxes, and you would still never, because it tastes like crap anyways. I just throw some blueberries in, and some blackberries, and some grapes with seeds. Those are all excellent antioxidants. And then I add kiwis. Just make sure the label's off. I just throw them in with the peels and all. Add apple and pineapple. And those are it for my vegetables. Now you can see I'm adding not very much, because if you add lots, you'll have like enough to feed you, your whole family, and all the neighbors as well. And it takes very little. Now for vegetables, I know this is going to sound super disgusting, because it is. Brussels sprouts, radishes, cucumbers, celery, broccoli, peas, carrots, and spinach. So you can see how super yummy that is so far, but we're not done. Now you're going to add some raw eggs. Now when you're adding raw eggs have been used for, I wonder what's beeping, drives me insane. Also, just a second. Clear. Cancel. Okay, so if you can use, nice. So, just say. So if you're going to use raw eggs, be careful because you just check them over for cracks. I like the ones that are brown because that means that the chickens ate like natural stuff, like, you know, like grain and stuff they threw on the ground or whatever for them. I don't like the ones that they stick them in the little dark, huge warehouses and feed them like factory stuff. So anyways, I'd rather have free run eggs, but it's up to you. So once you check your eggs over, you just throw them in, and again, like I said, with eggs, there is nothing that for protein that digests better than raw eggs. I don't believe in separating egg yolks from egg whites. Some people do, some people don't. I don't. I think that God made them all good for you, and I think that's fine. I don't think that that's the least of our problems. So now you've kind of got your basic medley. Now your last key and wonderful ingredient is the one I see for last, aloe vera. So you go to the, just go to a specialty like Spanish store if they have one or whatever, and you buy yourself aloe vera and just cut off a chunk. You got to keep it in your fridge like your flax oil, and then you cut off these little rinds because you don't want to stab yourself with them, and because they're kind of like cactuses. And you got this kind of weird, it looks like gel. Anyway, so I cut it and I just simply take it and I cut the gel off. It is, you know, when I was in Salt Spring Island, there was these snails. These, not snails, pardon me, slugs. These huge green slugs that went along the ground. They left this long, slimy trail behind them, exactly like this. And so you can see why this is so appealing. And I just throw it in there. And then when you have this slimy, see how this gooey, slimy stuff at the end? You're going to wonder, well, what do I do with that? Well, I've got a special trick for you. You take it and you rub it all over your hair and face. Now, you're going to ask yourself a question. So why would I rub aloe vera all over my hair and face? Because it's slimy and green. So if it's slimy and green, I think it's going to be good for you. So it helps your skin, it helps your face heal, and it's supposed to be super good for your hair. And it feels like, it kind of feels like, oh, it's disgusting. It feels like a snail or a slug slimed all over your face. But anyways, whatever the case is, rub it all over your face, go crazy with it. Okay, so that's it. So now your aloe vera is good. If you want to at nighttime, after you have a shower, rub your entire body with this thing. I don't care what you do, however fun you want to have with it, that's your thing. Anyway, so that's it. So now you've got your thing. Also, let me get my little hat back on, sorry. Oh, maybe I should put it back on now, it's all slimy in my head. Okay, that wasn't really the best idea. Okay, so anyways, whatever. I'm just trying to rub it in. Holy crap, it's super slimy. And look at it, it's going like between my fingers like that. Okay, so now you've got your basic thing. My eyes are sticking together because of it. Yummy. Okay, so now let's add a little bit of milk. If you're opposed to milk or allergic to milk or who knows what, then don't add it. Holy cow, the slime is just sticking to my mouth. So anyways, here we go. Blend it up. Now, you know what happens when you mix a whole bunch of different colors of paint? You get this what's called builder's mauve. It's like a puke color, right? Well, when you mix up all the vegetables and fruits, it does not taste super yummy like you see in this, you know, jugo juice or whatever. It tastes completely disgusting. Completely disgusting, exactly like vomit. Now, no matter how long I've been drinking this, it's the same thing. It still tastes like vomit. It's still disgusting all the time, and it still looks like vomit. But you will not believe the difference of what it does to your body. Now, sometimes it doesn't all dissolve. And I'm going to tell you why. Make sure you blend the crap out of it, because there's nothing more disgusting than drinking vomit and then having a huge strawberry plug up your throat. So, once you got that going, you're almost ready to drink it. Now here's something interesting. So say for example, you As you get older, your eyes lose fat around your eyes, the hollow of your eyes, your cheeks, and you kind of get this gaunt, I look like a skeleton walking around in the middle of the daytime, or a zombie look as you get older. Your skin thins, and so loses elasticity. So if your husband gives you a kiss, he just sucks your skin out. It looks like a little pyramid on the side of your face, and that's why you get really bad wrinkles, and that's why you get really bad skin and stuff. So a lot of people will go to the laser guy. Holy cow, my face is still slimy. It's disgusting. So a lot of people will go to this laser person, and they'll look like they ran all over your face with golf shoes or like one of those lawn aerators. The laser thing will put a zillion little holes in your face, and your face will be all bleeding like crazy and stuff. But it's super good for you because it starts to produce collagen, your skin starts to heal. But if your body's not already healthy from the inside, no matter what you do for your surgery to help your face or whatever, none of it's going to make a difference. So that's why eating like this is so good. I do this twice a day, and then the rest of the time, like for breakfast and lunch, or breakfast and dinner, and then another time during the day, I'll have a meal like meat and potatoes or whatever and salad. So when you do this, it gives you will see a huge difference in probably 4 to 6 weeks. I can outframe my entire framing crew of 4 or 6 guys. I can go day after day after day after day, and they can't keep up, and they wonder what I'm doing, and they're eating McDonald's and Tim Hortons. And there's just simply no comparison. And that's why Russian people, look like they're 20 and they're like 155 years old or something. So anyway, so now you've got it all together. You grab yourself a glass. Now, the key to drinking this crap, or this vomit, is you do not think about it. Now, when you're driving a motorcycle, for example, and you're coming around a corner and you look down, you're going to crash, because wherever you look is wherever you go. When you're drinking my power vomit, you do not think about the power vomit. You think about golfing or fishing or hiking or hunting or something that you love to do, or going shopping or whatever. But just think of that, because you have to do it when you're chugging this. The other thing you don't try and taste it, because it tastes so disgusting. Once you stop, you'll never want to do it again. So you just do it. That's all. I don't know how else to say it. So here's bottoms up. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it's quite yummy. The reason why I wipe my face off every time and I rinse my mouth after I drink the first one is because it's so yummy that I just have to get rid of the taste. It's so disgusting. No matter how long I've been doing this for, I'm so sorry. It's just, every time it's disgusting. Now, this is what's odd. My kids will drink this crap. Now, how did I get them to drink the crap? Well, it was quite easy. I fooled them. First of all, I paid my little girl $10 and said, honey, if you drink this, I'll give you $10, but don't tell your brother to drink it. Instead, do the opposite. Tell him he can't drink it. And so we played this like a little bit of a mind game. I said, okay, honey, but remember your brother can't have it because, and then of course he wants to try it. Well, why can't I do it? Well, because, you're not really man enough, or who knows what, it's too disgusting. So then pretty soon they're both drinking it. Now, they didn't drink it with the eggs at first because they thought that was disgusting. But then when they see Dad framing like crazy and they see how much Dad can lift and stuff, they think, okay, well, let's see, Dad can bench 450 pounds. I wonder how he could do that. Well, guess what? He's doing it by drinking this garbage. So anyway, so then pretty soon they're eating like crazy. And it's very, very good for you. So this is, again, one more thing that's important to remember. See all these huge lumps in it? It is so disgusting going down. When you get like lumps of strawberry and kiwi, peelings or whatever, it's in pieces of celery and broccoli stuck in your throat, it's sort of not really yummy. So now if you start to get vomiting itch, like kind of the gag reflex, then you just run to the sink, throw up, and then just drink it again, because you just have to do it. That's all. Okay, so we'll do one more. Oh God. Now, sorry, super disgusting. So you got, out of that little bit of vegetables and fruit and stuff I put in there, you still have a full, well, you've got a full cup left. So I would say, if you can do it, you go for cup number 3. If it's you and your hubby, wow, you have a cup and a half each, you're super good. If you make a little bit more fruit and vegetables, you can feed the entire family. Obviously, I don't think they're going to be rushing for it. But anyways, that's how you make my power vomit drink. And like I said, you know, long term, I know it's super disgusting, but it is really good for your health. Well, I think it is. I'm Bruce the Builder, and bon appetit. Disgusting. Freaking horrible. Okay, so here we have aloe vera, blackberries, pineapple, apple, grapes, raspberries, kiwi, strawberries, blueberries, banana. Going over here we have yogurt, 3 eggs, celery, broccoli, carrots, peas, spinach, cucumber, radishes, Brussels sprouts, and beans. For oil we have olive oil, extra virgin cold pressed. We have grapeseed oil, flax oil. We have whole grains, and the whole grain you can see has oats, millet, flax, and sunflower seeds in it. And then we have whey powder. So that basically gives you what you need for everything, and then you can either thin it with water or thin it with milk.